Hello there, Aries. Welcome to Dragon Tail Tarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your full moon in Gemini lunar eclipse reading for 2020. I hope you guys are doing great. Always wonderful to have you back at the channel. Welcome to my new and returning subscribers. And for those of you who are brand new, welcome, and thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you will reach out there, hit that subscribe button, and join the Dragon family. And also do give it that dragon claw up by clicking that like button and let me know you enjoy this content. Aries, this is going to be all about our upcoming full moon and penumbral lunar eclipse that is occurring in the sign of Gemini on the last day of November the 30th at 4:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is going to get into some of the past lunar influences that we've experienced with the last full moon that would have been in the sign of Taurus. And we are also going to see what it will be bringing through in the potential future for you. So this will mostly be resonating with Aries, Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising signs. Be aware that they will not resonate with everyone out there because these are general messages. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, would like any information on the card decks that I use in my sessions, or would like to leave a donation for the channel, all the links and info are down below in the description box. So Aries, let's go ahead and get into your cards. I will be using the Moonology deck, Queen of the Moon, and 2 tarot decks as well to get some good messages around this lunar experience. So let's see, Spirit, Angels, Divine Beings, and Ancestors. What do we have for our Aries coming up with the Gemini full moon of 2020? Ooh, very nice. Okay, so Aries, I will tell you, the Gemini full moon lights up the house of Gemini actually in your universal chart. So this is definitely a time of a lot of communication and a lot of fluid energy because Gemini is a mutable sign, which means it's a very flexible sign. Also, because this is a partial lunar eclipse, you will be having that feeling of release, surrender, and letting go, which always comes through with the lunar eclipse energy. And it will be bookended by a solar eclipse that's going to be coming up on December 14th in Sagittarius along with our new moon. So in the immediate past or past lunar cycle, and those last about 28 to 30 days, nothing is yet set in stone. We have the mutable moon energy. So to me, that means that the things that have been happening over this last 30-day cycle for you, Aries, are still fluid. They haven't been cast yet. Things are not completely set. You still have time to move around them. You still have time to work through them. If you haven't worked something out to your satisfaction, there is still time, there is still room to move that. So that's actually a very nice energy to come through. Ooh, and that one wants to flip out, so I'm going to take it. We got our thunder moon energy there. And I believe that is our moon of July, if I don't get me wrong. That's, I think, the full moon of July is the thunder moon. And it is about change. It is about, things being in flux, sometimes very powerfully. That can be some intense changes. I always get, there's that lightning energy. It reminds me of the Tower card. It reminds me of Aquarius. It reminds me of revolutionary change. And old structures, old things that are outworn being brought out and taken apart so that you can bring about new structures. Right in the center, we do have current energy of the Gemini moon, and what it will mean for you is the new moon energy of Scorpio working through your fears. So Aries, that Scorpio moon energy is very, very psychological. It's very healing. It's very emotionally deep. So to me, this is really getting to the heart of the matter. Anything that is worrying you, anything that has been making you feel afraid, nervous, anxious, etc. All of that may very well be brought up to the surface during this Gemini full moon. To me, Gemini is, again, the sign of the mind. So Aries, to me, that's going to be highlighting that part of your chart quite strongly, and you will be facing some kind of deep communication or hidden thoughts that are going to be surfaced so that they can be confronted and healed completely. And look at that. Oh my goodness, Aries. That's a perfect clarifier for this, is the self self-reflection card. Oh my goodness, Aries, this is a powerful time of self-reflection. Waning gibbous, so that's the phase, you know, right after the full moon. So I would say right at that apex of that Gemini full moon. And then, you know, probably for a little bit that week, right? You're really going to feel that one. And you will literally maybe be looking at yourself in the mirror, really reflecting, you know, both of your sides. The shadow side, which many times, right? Scorpio is both the light and the shadow. So you're really reconciling that. And, you know, interesting enough, you know, Gemini is our twin sign. And look at that. You know, it's like we have ourself and we have our self-reflection. The two sides of ourself, the dual side of Gemini. Very interesting. Time for healing is your, you know, further future from this. This is, you know, till that next next full moon cycle, 30 days out from that. So a time for healing, the balsamic moon, that is a beautiful energy to me. And it really does. This whole reading for you so far, Aries, feels very much about personal healing, personal self-reflection and inner growth. And discernment. Oh, yes. You know, Aries, I think that is part of what it is. You're healing. You're learning to be more discerning. You're learning to be more particular, a little more picky about, you know, what you let in, who you let in, who you allow into your inner circle, especially if something has been difficult, if something has been very painful from the past. You're really moving through that kind of energy. So let's get into some tarot. I'm going to be using the Vice Versa and the Light Seers Tarot for our session. So let's get, you know, the same. This is a past, present, future kind of layout. You know, we have the past energy of the recent full moon. We have the current, present energy of the Gemini full moon, and we have the future of what it's bringing out. So let's see, Spirit, what you have in the tarot for our Geminis, please. Not Gemini, sorry, Aries. So sorry, and I apologize. My throat is very hoarse today, guys. The air has been super dry, and our air quality was really poor here over this past weekend. So it's really just, it's made me really, really dry, really hoarse today. I apologize for that. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so in this immediate past position, look at that. Yeah, we have this 10 of Wands. Very much your own energy because it's a fire element, Aries. So to me, yeah, nothing is set in stone. Lots of changes and really completing a difficult, burdensome process or cycle. Something that's been weighing very heavily on you. So let's clarify that 10 of Wands. With the High Priestess, yeah, to me, so much healing work, so much inner work that's been going on, Aries. You've been feeling very self-reflective, much more introverted than your usual pace with these lunar cycles, I would have to say. And if you have any Cancer influence in your personal natal chart, you're feeling this one even more, I would absolutely say. In the center energy, on top of the Scorpio new moon and the self-reflection card, we have the Knight of Swords coming through. So to me, that is definite change of the mind, right? That's that mental energy. That's the intellectual body. Sometimes it can bring up our nervousness, our fears, our anxieties. Just like I said, it can make you feel kind of nervous because you have this sense that there's a lot that you want to say, a lot that you want to communicate, which is not surprising during a Gemini full moon. So Aries, just be careful to moderate that. Don't tap into the nervousness of it. You know, look deeply within and be discerning about what you communicate at this time. That's totally fine to be self-reflective and a little bit picky about, oh my goodness, look at that. Knight of Swords, clarified by the Knight of Swords. Oh my goodness. So that is very, very strongly your energy. Aries, you could also be dealing with Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. You may have that in your chart as well, but to me that is very much about going forward with your communication, moving things in a positive direction, even if it makes you nervous or anxious to confront it. It's something that's very important for you to look at and work your way through. So on our outcome, on our, potential future as we go through this next 30 days coming up as this lunar cycle completes, we have that Page of Wands. Your own energy, Aries, might I add. I like that a lot for your reading because to me that is that beginning of spring, and you are that same energy. You are that same energy. So I feel that ultimately what this brings about is a time of healing, a time of greater discernment going forward, and it births new beginnings. It creates a new energy coming forward for you, which is very, very nice. So Aries, you may be closing out some very specific old cycles in your emotional state and your mental state, and it will be giving birth to some very fresh new cycles that will actually be, kind of completing and coming into fruition around the New Year's time. Getting into our next full moon, and look at that, yeah. And there is, to me, I definitely see that. I feel that. Look at that Eight of Cups, letting go of the past, moving to something that is fulfilling if something hasn't been emotionally or spiritually fulfilling, and giving you everything that you want to need. Yeah. This is very beautiful. It's a very, very beautiful energy here, Aries. So let's get you a clarifier here. We're going to be using the Unicorn Oracle for this spread. Let's see what your final advice is here. Nature, yes. Grounding yourself, getting centered in the natural world. Find a sanctuary in nature. Connect with the elemental spirits. Absolutely, of the air, the water, the earth, the fire, which is, of course, you. That is the fire energy, Aries. So I hope you have a beautiful full moon lunar eclipse in Gemini, and I will be seeing you again very soon. Take care.